Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 9 of my full platinum walkthrough for A Plague Tale Requiem. I nearly said Innocence again. Right, we are on chapter 9 here, and this is exactly where we started off. I've kind of cut this cutscene out here. So this is the very start of chapter 9. As you can see, this is, I think it's the longest one so far. There's a lot to do in this one, and also nothing to do in this one, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't. There's no combat in this one at all. There are two enemy encounters, but they are both 100% stealth. You can't even be spotted, otherwise you'll fail them. They're right towards the end though. At first we're going to be just walking down through the grounds here to leave the grounds, and then we've got this big open area that we're going to be running around in and finding a lot of things. So there's going to be, I think there's three souvenirs, a feather, and 2 secret chests in this one. Hopefully you do have the knife that we got at the end of the last chapter. You should have had no reason to have used it. I've told you not to use knives in combat, so hopefully you haven't. Because we're going to have 2 chests, but just the 1 knife available in this one. So we do have one. We carried one over with us. So now we've got this big open area to go at, basically. Now, it's not as big as it looks, really. It looks very big. The scale off to the left-hand side is quite impressive, actually, the cliff edge. Especially when we get closer to that later on with the detail. So you'll walk down here, and Hugo will run off, as he likes to do. And he will look at this bird, this phoenix. And the idea is that you follow these phoenixes. Phoenixi? I don't know what the plural is for phoenix. You follow them and they point you to a place eventually. Obviously I know where the place is, so we're just going to go there and we're going to do a rough circle of where the phoenix is. Yep. Point you to. So there's one there on the right hand side. It's pointing you to this next one down by this house, and then you go back and forth in a zigzag. And basically it points you to the middle of the area, which we will go to later on. The first thing we're going to do is go and get this souvenir over here, which is going to be 1,000 more years, which is an olive tree. Be pretty cool to have an olive tree like that in your garden, I must say. But yeah, I'm going to skip the little bit here. I'm going to cut these out because there's a lot of cutscenes and it's quite long, this one, when you leave all the cutscenes in. It's a good hour or so at least. So yeah, there's 1,000 more years. That's souvenir number 15. We're nearly getting there. We're past the midpoint of the game now. There are 17 chapters, but 17 doesn't really count. The game kind of ends at 16. 17 is more of an epilogue. And there's nothing to do in it, really. Very similar to the first game. The first game was the same. So go back to the main path, and then we're going to run down, and our next target is those 4 windmills up at the top. So a lot of running, but not necessarily much to do. It's one of those kind of false open areas, because unfortunately the game does use invisible walls, which I'm never really a fan of. Even if they just put something stupid in the way, it makes more sense than having an invisible wall stopping you going somewhere. So there are lots of those around, or just especially in the linear parts. It's weird when they have them. Anyway, we got these 4 windmills. Now, these are part of a secret we're going to get as well. You can see that stood next to one, there's 3 down there. We need to turn these on and off in a certain sequence. So these first 2 need to be off, and then the last 2 need to be on. So we're going to go inside each one, because each windmill has 5 pieces in it to start with. So this first one we're going to turn off, so push that in. And this is going to lead us, it's going to open up a secret door, which we're going to go to once we've turned them all on and off. And there's going to be a secret in there that is not tied to a trophy, but it's just kind of cool to have. And there are 2 tool chests down there, which are probably more important to us. Essentially, it's a bracer. So Amicia is going to put it on her arm, and it helps with health regen, which is not a problem to us in easy, but can come in handy, I suppose, in New Game Plus. So we're going to jump up this side of this one. We need to also turn this one off. So again, 5 pieces here. And then turn this one off as well. There is a chapter-specific trophy in this one as well. It's right at the end, though. We just have to interact with several objects, and that's it, really. So this is number 3. This one's already on. So this one needs to stay on, but we're going to get inside because there are 5 pieces in there. And for this one, you just need to push this cart out of the way and send little Hugo in.
Take care of it, Hugo. Yes.
Come on, Hugo, anytime now. Now we're going to leave this one on, but we are just going to get to the left-hand side of the door. There are some pieces, so that's why I've opened that one up. And then this one we do actually need to turn on. So I don't need anything, but there are things in here. So because I'm now at, and hopefully you, if you've managed to get it at this point, have opportunism at level 3. So every time you craft some ammo, you are going to get 1 piece back. So I'm not going to do it, but what you could do if you wanted to is waste some. Look at what's in these little crates, like the one we just opened. See what ingredients are in there, and then use some of the ammo that you have to get rid of them. And then you could craft some and pick them up, if you know what I mean. So you're getting the pieces, or you could just ignore them. It's up to you. But it's a good way. We're not going to run out of pieces, plus we're going into New Game Plus. But if you just want to get that done and out of the way, then feel free. So we climbed up there, and we hit the door, the back of the door. I'm going to go in, and the pieces are in the same place as the previous, well, the first 2. And then we need to pull this out. And once you do that, there's going to be a rumble, and they will mention the rumble as well. There you go, you hear that. That means the door has opened, you've been successful, and now we're going to go inside and get our treasure. Yeah, the scale is very good with the cliffs in the background, and it does look really good, this game, I must say. Even though you can't go to any of it. So before you look for these rings, walk through them, and then right in the left-hand corner, down here in the left-hand corner is 5 more pieces. So collect them up, and then head down this ladder, and this is where the secret is, the little tomb, smuggler's cave. Where's the door? It's there. And then we're going to run all the way to the bottom. This is the door we just opened. They will mention it as we go past. There's windmills on it and things like that. That's how you figure it out.
Where are we going? Don't worry. This is real exploration, Hugo.
Yes, I'm sure there's treasure down there.
It is strange that this isn't tied to a trophy. I would think you'd put a trophy with something like this. Because it's yeah, it's a weird secret not to have tied to one. So in here we are. So dead ahead is the bracer. So pick that up. Amisi's going to put it straight on, and that's it. You can't upgrade it or anything, but you will see it in your equipment menu, in your upgrade menu. But it makes you recover from being hit quicker.
It's my favourite.
I must say.
And that will carry over to New Game Plus as well. And then we have the 2 tool chests, so 1 on each side.
Yes, I'd like to live in a cave too.
Go on, out the way.
I'm walking around with bats. I'm more of a lizard, I think.
A bat lizard.
All right. Why not?
And then we'll leave and carry on. Get back out in the sunshine. So it's it's a lot of running in this one. A lot. I don't know how I feel about these sort of big open areas in a linear game like this. Because ultimately they do feel quite empty. And there's not too much to do. Like I think I mentioned it already in a previous video, the Last of Us 2, the big open area in the city, the overgrown little city area, that I'm never a fan of that chapter either. I don't know. It's open areas are fine in open world games, but when I'm doing a linear game like The Last of Us or this, it just kind of kills the pacing, because what they're trying to do a story-driven game, right? They're just trying to push you forward down a corridor, get you through the story and to the end of the game, and then you have this bit where you run around, you don't necessarily know what to do. I don't know. I'm sure people do like them though, that's why they keep doing them. And it's a bit of a break. But I'd rather just keep going. Anyway, look out for the building down here that has all the kites tied to it. This is going to be our next thing. There's going to be a little chest here in the corner. I don't think I need anything, but it's here if you need it. Again, if you are crafting and throwing away resources so you can craft to get the pieces, then obviously you'll need that. But we're going to climb up. I'm actually going to climb up on the roof as well. It did take me a minute to figure out how to get on this, because I noticed inside I could see the chest and things and the door. But yeah, I just didn't think of going on the roof initially. But there you go. I need to break that down. And then drop back down. It's so obvious as well when you see it. And then break. The door has 2 locks on it. You're going to see me kind of there. There. I'm going to look back in, because you may notice there is like a brace on the door, a large wooden plank bracing the door. It hasn't dropped down, so I was wondering if my lock did actually break. It did, but the wood didn't fall down on the left-hand side. So I was hoping it wasn't going to glitch on me and be stuck there, but it's okay. It does go away. Yeah, I don't know where the wood is. Is it on the floor? Yeah, it's on the floor now. We're having to walk slow at this point because conversations are happening. There we go. So yeah, all we came in here for is the tool chest. If you need to use the bench, obviously use the bench, but we can do it on the fly, even though I never do. And the next thing we're going to do is move the story forward, which means going to the end point of the birds. Remember the birds from the beginning? The one Hugo keeps mentioning. Can we follow the path from the birds? Yeah, we're just going to finish that off and then leave this first area. This is actually split into 2 areas, this chapter. The first one, they're roughly the same, about 25 minutes each.
We've walked a lot. This island is quite big.
It's big, but look.
So that's the final bird there. That's the one you would be pointed to, and then that is pointing to this area in the middle.
Tell me this is it.
What do you see?
I see columns.
And we're just going to drop down. And there's a couple of crates here. They're just the little ones. I'm not going to bother with them because I don't need anything.
Yes.
But there's one to the left and there's one up and to the left as well. Just walk over to here to initiate the next thing, because we need to burn all this grass down, and you can't do it until you've walked over there, and they've mentioned being able to burn the grass. But once you see the yellow reticle, you're able to do it. So light the grass on fire, and there's going to be a cut scene. I'm obviously going to cut that scene out.
Yes, we are gonna climb.
And we're going to move on. So that's it for the middle bit. Essentially what we need to do now is just leave this area, go to see the mothers. But we have a couple more little secrets to find.
Yes. Some kind of temple?
Sanctuary. That's what I've heard.
And the first thing is going to be in that tower, dead ahead. Another tool chest.
This is our first stop. It seems so nice.
So we've got a magic bird, an ancient order of alchemists.
So to get in the tower, you actually need to use this this cliff edge here and go round.
Hugo's sickness is special. Our mother's an alchemist, but she couldn't do anything about it. It's almost like a curse.
Who could curse such a cute baby?
And up and through.
Baby.
It's the bloodline.
So there is, yeah, there's a little chest
This
there.
legacy goes back
I don't know
to
why I
the
open it. I don't
original.
need, actually I do need,
Could be something
I need some,
important to you, Hugo.
Besides, nothing's
no I
nearly
don't.
as fun as being
I could craft, I think yeah, because I used the fire,
She's
so
just
I could
joking.
craft one
Right,
at
Sophia?
this point and get
sure.
that piece. But here's what we're for, the tool chest.
What do you have for us?
What did I just say? Here's what we're for. Here's what we've come for. The tool chest. Can't drop down just yet. There we go.
Careful how you land.
So one more tower to get. And there's a very important thing you need to take note of here as we get to this tower. There's going to be a knife on the way in. If you don't have the upgrade that allows you to carry more than one knife, do not scrap this knife when you go in. I'm going to point it out exactly where it is. Do not scrap it. Break it down for parts, for pieces. We need it later on in this chapter, so we're going to go up, use a knife in the secret chest that's in this tower, then come back down and get the knife. So do not break this knife down. And if you, for whatever reason, don't have a knife right now, you can come up here, you can open this chest, and then after you finish the game, you can restart this chapter. Just quickly run down, or you could leave this chest. But it might be better actually to leave this chest. It means you'll have to do less of the chapter. If you just have no knives on you right now,
The rest
that's
doesn't
what I
exist.
mean. If you don't have a single knife right now, then pick this knife up. Don't get the secret chest I'm about to get, and then replay the chapter once you finish the game and come back and then. So this knife right here, do not recycle that knife.
What do you think is up there?
But if you don't have a knife, pick it up. Leave this secret chest I'm about to get. Do come up the ladder though, because there is a souvenir up here as well. Then once you finish the game, come back, replay this chapter, pick that knife up, and then come up this ladder, open this secret chest, and it will still count. Yeah, hopefully you're not in that situation though. I don't know why you would be. This is secret chest number 6. I'm not. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I do craft something here. Yeah, Yeah, you can see the braces there now, but it's fully upgraded anyway. So I do want that odorous. It's quite good because it's basically a grenade. It's just not very common. So I'm going to move down this path, and so we can move towards the extra knife, the gear one. So that last one's going to allow us to carry extra knives. Not that we're going to run out, but at this point we're not really bothered
Let's go
what
then.
upgrades we get. And then come up this ladder, and there's a prompt here. This is going to be souvenir number 16. Nice screeching. I'm going to cut this out because it is quite long, and it's actually going to be. I'm going to go down 2 of the ladders before the prompt actually comes up for the collectible itself, because it's still going on. The souvenir. So I'm going to go down this ladder. I'm just waiting. No, come on. Might as well go. Yeah, you see it's come up now. There you go, number 16. Right, so let's get out of here. And we are going to go to the second area now. So yeah, pick up the knife. Pick up that knife on the way out, because you're going to need it. There's another secret chest in this chapter. So join the main path and then go up the hill. Still a lot more running to do yet. We're not done yet. But there are some stealth sections coming up to break it up. And it's not open world anymore, it's linear after we go through this gate. It will ask you to, it will prompt you here, make sure you're ready to go. Just say yes, or press it twice.
That's it. The path to the sanctuary.
So we're done here for now?
You're definitely super sure you want to go? Yes, we are. So cutscene, I'm going to cut it out obviously. And then we have to do slow walking for this first part,
Damn, it's getting hot. Oh,
which is always fun.
Look, we're almost at the sanctuary.
do you know what almost means?
Come on.
It does let you take in that view, though. It's pretty impressive.
So what do you expect to find up there?
I want to see the real bird. Or the tree. Or the pond.
I'd prefer an elixir. Something to really help you, Hugo.
And then we slow walk up here until we get to this fountain. Then Hugo, again, or Spring,
How can you
is going to run off.
Child skill. He can also fall asleep in
And
the
we're
sand.
going to have to interact. We have to do this to move on. Just interact. It's quite short. They just splash water. I must say, though, I've left this in just so I could mention it. I do like the water physics on this, on the stonework. I do think it's one of the best I've seen. The way that splashes across there is very realistic. It doesn't cover the whole stone flag. It does. It looks good. I guess that's why they did that. They'd figured it out. That's thought, we've got to put this in the game somehow and make people pay attention.
A sailor defeated by water.
He shot me in the eyes, alright?
Anyway, once that's done, off we go. And up here is going to be a goat herder.
Family.
Well done, Hugo.
And Tramontane is actually one of the goats we need to go and rescue. Well, we don't need to rescue it, but we do, and that's one of the souvenirs.
Yes. Carving that must have hurt.
Oh, goats. There are lots of Amicia.
Don't be scared. They much
So yeah, where we're going is all the way up there, obviously, so we've got quite a ways to go yet.
I'm here.
Well, well, well. Our fierce warrior is afraid.
So yeah, the goat, you do unfortunately have to listen to all this, so I'm going to walk off. Again, invisible wall kicks in here.
You're too late. They closed the gate, as you can see, for the ceremony.
A ceremony.
Oh, we came all this way for the little one.
This is a lot longer than I remember. I should have cut this out. It didn't look too bad when I was editing, so I left
You
it.
have to look from afar. The Count and Countess are up there, and the guards are on edge since yesterday's mess. They won't take kindly to uninvited
But no, I
guests.
definitely should have cut this out.
Thank you.
Come on, push forward. There we go. Thank you. Right, let's go.
Oh, by the way,
I'm pushing forward on the stick. It's still not letting me walk forward.
back here. This is one of my goats.
We'll try.
And go.
Good luck then.
I hope she won't attack us.
Oh, come on. It's a goat, not a wolf.
But they scream.
So we are coming up to the stealth section soon. And we get another tool, which is the goofy-ish one. It absolutely makes sense
Even more curious.
in this context. The tool, it's a prism that Sophia uses, that we use to set dry grass on fire. That makes sense. It does. But when we use it the second time, so we're going to set this grass on fire ourselves. And I'm going to craft. You can see I'm going to get a piece there, so you will get pieces. This is what I was talking about.
She's nice.
I'm sure she'll be thankful.
And we just got to wait for this fire to die down. So yeah, Sophia will use a prism to distract guards.
Women to protect
You're going to light, so it's not going to light them on fire. It's actually going to smolder more than light on fire. But then we use it later on to get light from fires when it's dark. That to me is a bit weird, but I guess they needed to do it somehow. Anyway, burn the grass, and then you're able to send Hugo through. He's going to open this door, and then in here is going to be a tool chest and Tramontane, the goat.
You did it.
That was knightly. So,
Can't interact with it yet, so we're just going to get the tool chest first.
Want to say a proper hello?
And then if you stand in front of the goat is where the prompt is. You do have to get quite close to
the
it.
difficult part. Don't startle
And this
her.
is souvenir number 17.
She screams.
Screaming's not biting. Just say to yourself, it can happen, and that's all.
I'll try.
This is taking a bit longer than I remember as well. I did cut the other ones as well, out as well.
She's nice.
All right. She's saved. You've overcome your fear, and I want to see that sanctuary.
Anyway, he's not scared of this one.
Yes. Go. Your dad's waiting for you. She's not moving.
She will. She's her own master.
The prompt isn't coming up yet. A bit delayed on this one. There it is. Tramontane, the goat.
There wasn't any goat in your
Right,
dream.
so just the secret chest left.
Maybe there
wouldn't want
There are pieces and things like that along the way, but with regards to collectibles... Oh no, sorry, there's a feather. I tell a lie, there is a feather. There's not the last one. That's a bit further on though, quite a lot further on. So up here is the secret chest. So open this up.
What do we have here? Well, thank you, Arno.
That was to be expected.
All right, let's.
I am going to check, but yeah, I can build something. What do I go for? I can't remember what I go for here. It should be gear. Sling is good. Having the second shot without winding up is good, so I wouldn't blame you for getting that. But we will go for gear, so we can move towards having that second or third knife. Nothing around here. We're just going to leave the way we came and into this stealth bit, which is easy. The first bit is really easy. The second bit, it can be a bit of a pain. Now it's 100% stealth in that even if you get spotted, you fail. It has one of those weird fail states, and you can't attack anyone. There are some pieces here on the right, by the way. Just grab those. And then we're going to drop into the grass, and it's going to start.
What do we do with the last offerings? They stay here for now. We'll bring them up there after the...
So yeah, there you can see forbidden to be spotted or kill anyone. So it's a good. It's like I said at the beginning, we do have forced aggression and stealth bits with regards to skill. This is one of these forced stealth bits. So just wait for him to path off. He's not going to come back. The only one that does path is the one right at the far end. So hold L1 and then choose a bit of grass and use triangle. Now this does make sense. It could work in real world. So just keep it slow and stealth pass. We don't need dots in that crate.
Damn hot, right? These damn uniforms. You know the count.
And then light this grass off in the distance. I'm just going to wait for him to come back and turn around. Because if you do go too quick and you keep lighting loads of different grass up, they can go to more of an agitated state and they'll start pathing around trying to find you. And if you just do it slower, that won't happen. So he's turned around, so I can now distract him. He's going to go over and we're going to make not a run for, but you know what I mean. We're going to go for this patch of grass. You can see there's a pieces chest there. We are going to get it. It's easy enough.
Nothing to worry about.
You just need to light the grass on the opposite side there. And that's going to take him down there.
It won't take long to burn.
Hey,
There we go.
where's that smoke?
They make it so easy.
So you need to be fairly quick here, because again you can't even get spotted. But I wouldn't make a run. You might make it,
Again.
but he's going to turn around quite quickly. So I do wait, and then I'm going to distract him with the grass again so he walks off properly. And you will see they do go into that agitated state. You sort of get the orange markers. Yeah, you see he's a bit more alert. And yeah, so he's properly looking now.
Find them.
And the other guy's yellow as well, so it's time to get out of here.
We have trespassers. Keep your eyes peeled.
That prism is magic.
It is, but we're not there yet.
So yeah, I can collect loads of materials because I did do that upgrade on the pouch. Yeah, I can't. I don't know why I looked to that. I know I can't do it. So skills, you can see there, prudence is about to go up. This one hasn't counted yet. The one we've just done, that stealth section doesn't actually count until you get past this wall, and then it's marked as done.
To the wall. Keep going.
So you will see prudence pop up
Dizzy.
as I run up the stairs here. And that's from that previous one I've just done. Now, I'm going to make a run for it here, just so we don't have to bother with some of the soldiers.
I don't like your stunts, kid.
I want to go.
And I'm going to run up to the right-hand side. It means you have to deal with the least amount of soldiers if you go this way.
You alright, Hugo? I'm sorry. It was way too risky.
I'm better now.
Thank you, Sophia.
So I'm just going to run.
It's just
And you will hear the soldiers. They'll come out that door in the middle, dead ahead there.
On solid ground.
So I'm just going to run. I'm going to keep to the right-hand side. You can see there, Prudence has turned up.
Ceremony.
And I'm going to go up these stairs.
To cover quick.
Try and keep it as tight as possible. Try and get... No, there's an invisible wall. That's annoying. An invisible wall, an invisible wall. I need to duck because I'm being seen. And the idea was to get round here. And then this is safety. You got this cart here, which is safety. Now, there is a chest on the other side of this cart I'm just going to get. So I'm just going to distract him. There is a pot. That guy's still there, so I can't actually go that way. But he's going to come up. And look, unfortunately, he's going to come up here now. Because he has seen me a couple of times. But just open this up and quickly dive under the cart, and you'll be fine.
Wait a second.
As long as they've not gone orange or red, you're fine. But unfortunately, because he did spot me, he's going to stand there now. So I had to make a decision. And the other guy's still off to the right. What you can do is you can still use extinguish. It's absolutely fine. Don't use your slingshot though. Just use extinguish, throw by hand. Throw it at him. And then a quick... Oh, that was close. A quick one at him. That was really close to being seen. And then just going to run up here and jump into this long grass. And then duck down when you get to the top. And move to the edge. There is a big guy. He might be stood next to this smaller one here. If that's the case, just wait for him to walk off. And then we're going to hit him with some extinguish and run
We were making good progress. So they broke it down.
to this other tall grass here.
There are stairs, I think.
Just check, there's a big guy up here as well, the armoured one. So just watch out for him. And this door opens straight away, so you should be fine. Just to go straight through. And that's the stealth section's done. Well, technically it's not done yet, but they shouldn't follow you up here. You're going to be quick anyway. You're just going to go up and through this door.
we're doing it, my friends. We're getting there.
And then this is the end of the stealth section. And we are clear.
Yes. How do you feel, Hugo?
So go up this tower. Do not go up those stairs there. Carry on up to the top of the tower.
I feel it too.
Well, I'm trusting you both.
There is a feather up here that we need. So yeah, that's where Prudence is catching up a bit now. We do have quite a few more encounters to go yet, though.
The Count and the Countess.
There we go. Here's feather number 4, Barn Owl. Now, this next section coming up, there is a lot of walking and talking and nothing else. So yeah, but unfortunately after that, there's going to be our chapter-specific trophy for this chapter. It's the final one of the game, actually.
Mind the drop.
You can only get it in this chapter.
Feel free to come closer in the meantime.
So I'm going to stick around for that.
What do we
So yeah, just duck down in the grass. When you get to the end of this grass, you're going to get a cutscene kick in. I'm going to skip it. And then there's this long walking bit. I'm actually just going to leave it here. It's going to last quite a while we do this walking section. But essentially all you do is you just follow and walk. You can't fail. It says you need to be stealthy and quiet and what have you, but you can't fail. Just walk. You'll get a torch. You'll get given a torch. You have to walk through some water. Then you go into a dark bit. Just walk. Keep walking forwards. And then you'll give them the torch back and then it will light up. And that's where I'll join again. Because there's nothing to say about this section. It's just walking and talking. So I'll be back soon.
A child was born on this land. His heart was blessed by the sun, from which he inherited the flame that rules everything. And so was born the child of fire.
What? His flame shone over the world.
He blessed it with his perfume, his laughter, his joy.
Of all places, La Cuna was his home. It became a land of life and peace, a place to heal, to thrive. La Cuna became a cradle of light.
But light tempts evil.
And evil knows no mercy.
Come.
A child on a throne, in an ordered temple.
It's him, the Child of Embers.
Take your place at our sides.
Look, the drawing.
It's the carrier of the macula. That fresco was in Mother's laboratory at home.
Please kneel. Evil found the child inside these very halls. It fed on his fire.
Certainty. You will see the child die through the eyes of his mother. You will be the victim and the witness. Keep that torch alive at all costs.
The carriers have been chosen. Take your places.
What do we do?
We have to play along. Let's cross.
Go forth and bring him the light. Much depends on it.
This is unreal.
It's
Those frescoes. The plague. They think it was caused by the child's death.
So they don't know the macula.
I don't think so. They interpreted all this. They made a god out of the carrier of the macula.
Amicia, the water will put out the torch.
I think it's part of their ritual. Drowning in the absent.
I'm cold.
It's over. We'll soon warm up.
It was horrible.
But you did it.
I thought I was drowning.
Calm down. You're fine now.
No, I'm scared.
The child is gone.
Just walk. I'm with you.
He's dying in his mother's arms. Evil has won. Centuries pass. Famine, war, and plague descend on us. He dreams of fire reborn.
You are back and your torch is gone. You are not alone anymore.
The child must meet his mother again.
His embers glow in the dark. I am the mother, and I welcome him. Pass it to me. You did well.
The child must rise again.
Hear me, child. I am not barren anymore, for your flame lives in me. I am the mother. Become the phoenix, the child of fire reborn.
Join us. Blow on these flames.
The phoenix. It's the phoenix.
Shh. Yes, I see it.
It's real. Even if it is the order, it's all true.
May the breeze of life reignite his flame.
Hey, it's me.
Okay, so we're coming towards the ceremony, end of the ceremony now. I did leave that in because it is gameplay. So I've said I would leave any sort of gameplay in. And yeah, told you it was a lot of walking and talking. But now we're going to follow Sophia and we're going to carry on and get this trophy. Again, there's no combat. It's still essentially walking and talking, but it is a missable trophy that's coming. Well, it's not missable. You'd have to redo the chapter. But there is a trophy coming up that we need to do.
Are you alright? I saw a phoenix on that door.
So now we are. Once we go through here, there's going to be quite a long cutscene. It's about 4 minutes or so. And then the trophy will start. So skip that and you'll be outside here. And then once we go through this door on the right, the trophy's going to start. And what I say start, all we need to do is just interact with a set amount of items in each room. The first two has 4 in each. The third one has 6. And then we'll go upstairs and there's another 2. And then that's the trophy, which is Old Protector. It's basically get the backstory of the Old Protector and the old... Can I really say? You probably don't know at this point. So anyway, interact with everything, and once it's all done, it'll make sense.
It is. It's Basilius's room.
So the first one is the tent here. Hugo's going to walk into it. So make sure you interact with all of 4 of these things I'm going to mention in this room before leaving.
Astonishing.
Yes.
So this is the longest. Most of them you just kind of glance at.
Like you.
You love tents? Me too.
He had a phoenix.
Yes. Maybe he dreamt the same dream as you. Let's see what else he left us.
So once we're done there, that's number 1, the tent. And then we're going to go over to this rocking horse here.
Look,
That's a lovely horse.
it's your size. Pretty sure he was your
And
age.
then over to the bed.
So that was his bed.
It's beautiful.
This Basilius was treated like a king.
Maybe he was a king.
King Basilius.
And then the final one for this room is that table over there by the door. Which has some, I think they're dolls or something. Wooden dolls. Are they? I don't know. Statues, whatever.
Important ones, maybe?
But that's the first 4 done.
The prophets in the order?
They're villains. I think he shot at them with this ball here.
Makes sense. Boys.
I like this game too.
Come, we've barely started.
And then we'll go into the next room. There's another 4 in this one.
Wow.
That's a warrior's room.
Not just any warrior. Look at the shape of the armor.
What of it?
So this is the armour of the first protector, the first
Skyrim, of course.
Amicia, as you could put it.
Protector.
The carrier's personal guard.
That's some pretty cool armour. She takes the bracer that we found. Why don't you
He
take that
looks
armour?
strong.
I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you? Anyway, turn around, and then there's going to be this cart full of toys.
I'm here to play with her.
And she left.
That's number 2 for this room.
She was the best kind of knight.
I would have loved to meet them.
Number 3 is going to be this weapon rack with the pikes on and things. Halberd,
Sword and spears.
Wow.
the
look at
axe.
too.
And then the final one for this room, the 4th one for this room, is going to be
The carrier draws
the drawings just to the right here before we leave. You need to interact with this one to actually leave this room.
Look, wax tablets. They're carved.
He drew her. And there. He drew himself with her. He loved her.
And then we're going to go
Looks like they
out
spent
into a
lot of time
courtyard.
together.
There's nothing to get in this courtyard with regards to the trophy, but a couple of videos ago I mentioned a funny little glitch that happened the first time I did this about Hugo teleporting. I'd managed to do it again. It does look quite funny, so we're going to do... I'll call him Yo-Yo Hugo. Let's go with that.
Be my friend.
First of all,
What you mean?
well, what's going to happen is he's going to run over here, and then he's going to... We're going to basically line up the Order
Orders
and the Phoenix. So they are the Order of the Phoenix. I'm pretty sure that's from something else. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm standing at an angle here, and just watch Hugo once he finishes his little conversation there.
They thought they were better than him.
Just stand away from him,
Care about him.
and
It doesn't change why we're here.
come on.
Come, let's finish this fight.
Oh, that's a funny one. Anyway, it makes me laugh. Right, so there's nothing in that courtyard. But in this next room, there are 6 things to interact with. We're still doing this trophy, the Old Protector.
An alchemy laboratory.
Can we go back now?
But we do need to wait for some dialogue to happen, of course, before we can start. Basically, they're all flasks, apart from the 2.
For anything that could
We're just going to walk around and interact with these 4 flasks, a furnace, and a bed.
On it.
So you got the first one here. This is more powder, I suppose.
Oh, I don't even know what it's used for. Come on, give me something.
There's nothing much. Oh,
A phoenix.
So you
Look
got
for
that
a
powder.
phoenix.
Then you go over here to this distillery.
What were they
These
made?
flasks.
Lord, give me something, please. This
So that's
is all
number
so
2.
much
Leave the
what you
door.
expect.
Number 3 is this collection here.
Oh, what the hell?
hey, quieter. We'll find something.
Sorry.
Number 4 is some more flasks or something over here.
This Hugo.
I think the
Did
little
you
one
find
needs
something?
you, Amicia.
Number 5 is this furnace.
They put him on it.
I think she calls it something else. But that's Athanor or something. I just guess that means furnace. It probably doesn't, but there we go. And then that's the number 5, and then number 6 is the table in the middle.
Hey, something's wrong.
I'm sure they hurt him too.
And then there's 2 more to get upstairs, and once you've got those 2, you should get the trophy Old Protector, which is a gold as well.
But Alia wouldn't let them hurt him, right?
You let what done?
No, I tried to stop it, but
I know.
So before we can actually go upstairs, you just need to wait for a bit of dialogue to happen, because Sophia has run off, but just wait over by these curtains over here.
Sophia, where are you?
Upstairs.
How did you get there?
Look behind the curtains.
And then this is that's kind of the last point, so make sure you got everything before jumping across.
Some sort of
Point of no return.
observation hallway? What have you found?
Now the first one is this grate in the middle. It's overlooking the bed.
From here.
Like he was in a cage.
We're right above the laboratory table.
It's wrong.
Imagine these.
And then the second one and final one, second one upstairs, the final one overall, is these scrolls over in the corner.
But they took other notes.
And then once you've interacted with that, then you should get, hopefully will get, the trophy Old Protector.
Probably about Basidius.
If you did not, for whatever reason, you can redo, there we go, the chapter with chapter select, and you'll get it that way. And yeah, that's it for this one, really. You're going to walk over to the table. Sophia is going to do a lot of talking. Well, you're all going to do a lot of talking. And then you just need to stealth around. It's not even really stealth. It's just crouch around while the 2 are in the middle talking. And you leave via the sewers. There's nothing to say about that. It's basically just walk. It's more walking and talking and exposition. That's all there is to it. It's kind of disguised as a bit of a stealth section. It's not really. You can't fail it, I don't think. Unless you start chucking stones at them, maybe you can do that. But yeah, stealthy way around the top of the courtyard, drop into the sewers, walk through the sewers, then you leave and then the chapter ends. That's all there is to say about that. So then you'll get the trophy Tales and Revelations, which is the chapter trophy. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
How can they stand in that water? They look so eager to have this child. It's sad they're so wrong.
Just like they still don't know they're wrong yet. They'll be sad.
Hugo, these things you dreamt of, they existed. You just couldn't know what they really meant.
It meant things would be easy and nice.
It doesn't mean things won't get better.
Are you sure?
Your dream showed us another truth. But it is a truth. We can still use it to change everything.
Maybe.
We're almost there. Oh, that's pretty unpleasant.
I wish you could have seen my dream. At first it was scary, but you would have seen the flowers.
Keep talking about it, please.
The tree smelled so nice. It had branches like hair. It looked so gentle.
Go on.
And the water. It felt like it could clean anything. Not like this one.
That's nice, Hugo. Bloody nice.
We're there.